everything. I did. I got to a place where I wanted to give up everything because, I was frustrated with God. I'm like, God, I'm doing everything the way you want me to. I'm trying to follow your ways. I could have been this way. I could have been that way. I saw this person. I would have been happy over here, and I did get to that place. And it was hard. It was hard, trying to be a wife and a mom and a teacher and for the first part, it was my master's. I finished my master's and then went into the doctoral program and then trying to do a ministry, wrote a book. Like, I did all these things. And I just got to a point where I wanted to give up. But one of the things as I was navigating my divorce that God showed me was Jesus on the mountaintop. He did not take anyone with him, but there was a group of people who were laboring. And so God showed me that as you're going through this transition, there are mountaintop friends that you have that are going to uphold you through the process. And so my pastor, who is a very close friend of mine and my son's godmother, she helped me navigate while I was married. There are things that I was going through that my husband at the time didn't even know I was going through, where she was able to help me, do certain things. My best friend, Bridget, was another person that's been my best friend since the second day of 9th grade, and she has not skipped a beat in my life. Those people who were praying for me and encouraging me and uplifting me and pulling me out of those dark spaces, watching my son, in the times where I got exhausted, because there were days where I was sitting in his crib and typing my paper while he's sitting in the crib with me, to keep him from running around. Just all of those things. But when I got to the place where I just couldn't do it, those people came along and, my forever sisters, who would take care of my son, push me, pray for me, and those are the same people who are there to celebrate, where God has brought me to now. And so, my encouragement is, if you are in a space where you are going through or dealing with a lot and you are trying to, overcome some type of struggle or transition, whether it's divorce, whether it's depression, whatever it is, get a few sister friends that you can depend on to pray for you. Get a few sister friends that's going to pull you out of the house when you don't want to get out of the bed. That's going to, I had people, and this is why it was so hard, because when I went through my divorce, it was during the pandemic. We were on a stay-at-home order. I couldn't even be around people, so I'm just falling into this deeper and deeper, darker space. But then I had people FaceTiming me, get up, take a shower, go make something to eat, go take a drive, listen to some music, sending me some of my favorite songs or some inspirational songs or some turn up, I don't need, listen, I had it all. But it helped me get through those dark moments and those hard spaces. And so even if you don't know them, if you see somebody in church that just seems inspiring to you, or and again, look, I'm going to keep pointing to the Eve Center, because that was a very helpful resource to me. I would go every week and I would go to my sessions and we would have conversations and my person would refer books for me to read. And these were the people that were my village that helped pull me out of one of the darkest spaces of my life. So get you some people, or go to the Eve Center or whoever your counselor or therapist is, to help pull you up in those moments of struggle.